Alright guys, it's late. It's late. It's late on a Wednesday, and it's so late that I turn on the light and the yellow tank is so disoriented. It's like, what the heck is going on? Oh, look at this. The awesome looking hammer is actually splitting. We got one little head popping out on the left side right there, and that big head is splitting into two. That's fantastic to see, man. That's awesome. That's a little bit of good news. And look at this. This is the branching GSP that Lynn hooked me up with, and looks like it's doing what it should be doing. It's branching. So that's pretty awesome. All right, but that's where the awesome stops. Today I'm expecting a package, clams, from the Clam Mania live sales, and not just one clam. We got a few. Supposed to arrive today at 12 noon. John from Clam Mania did call FedEx this afternoon after noticing that the box has not arrived before noon as promised. And they said that it should be delivered tonight. But still, it's not a good feeling to know that we got some animals right there that's in transit. Whoa, another thing I just noticed. Look at the chalice right there. Yeah, I'm gonna use a little blue light. Can you guys see the frilly bits? Or looks almost like hair sticking out. So those are stingers, sweepers. I did not even know this chalice sent out stingers in my tank. I've never seen this with lights on, or lights off for that matter. Whoa, look at these. Can you guys see this? Are these peppermint shrimps? I have a lot. What is going on, man? I need to look at my tank in the dark. Whoa, look at all these little snails. I think these are the hitchhiker snails. Yeah, these are snails, not limpets. What the heck is going on? My tank is a totally different ecosystem. Well, not really, but same ecosystem, but different things just come out at night. Alright, in preparation of the clam getting here, I am recalibrating the Hannah pH checker. Because the shipment has been delayed, so I'm going to be extra careful in terms of matching up the pH of the bag. And it seems like matching the pH for clam acclimation is extremely important. So I want to make sure I got that part down packed. And again, your equipment is only as good as your maintenance on it, especially when it comes to stuff like a pH checker. So I want to make sure this is good to go. Just to double check, we'll put the checker back in the 7.01 standard. And after temperature compensation, it is 7.01, so we're good to go. My own curiosity, because I have not used any pH probe besides one in Acclimating. Whoa, look at this. 8.18, it looks like. That is pretty respectable. I'm just checking the freshly made Kalwasser as well. Looks like we're sitting at 12.8, which is fantastic. I'm using that in conjunction with the recirculating CO2 scrubber in order to raise the tank's pH. And I haven't really talked about the recirculating CO2 scrubber yet because I'm still testing it out. Make sure the moisture trap is working well. Seems to be doing good. So we'll probably talk about it later. All right, so based on the Acclimating result, it looks like the pH is 8.05 compared to the Hannah handheld checker is 8.15. All right, so there's a bit of a difference between the two. I would like to think that the handheld checker is a little bit more accurate. I probably will attempt to recalibrate the pH probe in the Acclimating just to make sure it's on the up and up. But in terms of actually acclimating the clam when they get here, I'm going to use the Hannah handheld to match whatever we got for the tank as well as within the bag. Oh, my tank is actually going through its micro bubble scrubbing phase right now. Yeah, there are a lot of little tweaks I did to the tank for, actually I've been doing this for almost 3 months now, just never talked about it. One of these days I got to just kind of sit down and give you guys a overview of what exactly is going on with this tank. But so far, no harm done. I'm not sure if it's actually beneficial. A lot of people think that micro bubble scrubbing is beneficial as long as it's done in moderation and if it's done properly.
3 hours later.
Doorbell rang. Yes, I still have the nutcracker up, but that's not important. What's important is it's here. It's been a hot minute since I've been this excited about shipment. It's really looking forward to this. And Joseph, he bought something on the live stream as well, and here's Inappropriate Reefers, yours truly. Let's go ahead and open this up. So I can tell I'm talking a little fast because I really want to work quickly here. Heat pack, oh, still slightly warm. Definitely not warm, but there's still a little bit to it. Oh man, here we go. Thank you, Clam Mania. No, thank you, sir. Number 24, I think this is the giveaway that I won. We got special number 62. This is the actual clam that I bought during the live sale. It was $89. Like I mentioned, Joseph bought the clam on the live stream as well. Oh, and here's a bonus clam that John hooked me up with because we've been talking about it for so long. And this is the Ultra Clam. Awesome. Thank you, John. But one thing he does want me to check is see what the water temperature is inside the bag. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Oh, dude, there's another bag in here. It's definitely responsive. Look at this little guy right here. He also came with a little rock cradle right here, so that's awesome. Not a lot of water being shipped to clam, just a little bit, enough to cover it. Interesting data point, so I just pulled one of the bag out and the temperature is 69.7. It probably raised a little bit because I've been floating it for about 5 minutes. The pH is a 7.06. Dude, yeah, we'll be here for a long time because for every 0.1, I'm supposed to drip the clam for 20 minutes. So my tank is 8.15 right now. Okay, so we got the drip acclimation set up, and I was able to get in touch with John to get his opinion in terms of acclimation. And even though these clams has been in transit for double the amount of time that we're expecting, but according to John, because the clams will not produce a lot of ammonia, not like fish during transit, so in terms of like opening bag, changing the pH, and getting the ammonia to rise to a toxic level, that's not really a concern for clams, so we should be good to go. I'm paying special attention to the pH with the Hannah checker's help, and then for every 0.1 change in pH, it should take about 20 minutes. Today is not going to be fun. It's just going to be of me sitting in front of the tank, checking pH, and making sure the clam get acclimated properly. But I'm going to spare you guys the pain of waiting, and with the magic of editing, we're going to go forward in time to when the clam is ready to go.
Many unbearable hours later.
Guys, it's 11 o'clock. It's finally done. And she can be proof that I have been acclimating the clam. Whole day, just like every like half an hour run down, asked to like check the water and stuff like that. It was not fun. Hindsight, I could have been a little bit smarter because all the clam came in the same system. I could have just dumped them all in one bag and just acclimate one bag versus like 4. So let's turn on the light a little bit. Nah. Wow. That's not good. You smell something dying. So it came out to eat. Yeah, that's what he does. The fact that they're out means they smell something good in the water. Something decaying. Hopefully not one of the clams. Okay. Alright, light is kind of funky right now because I haven't really set the program. But I just want to get the light on. Okay, look. So there's one, that's Joseph's.
Just free.
Right? We got a blue one right there.
Oh.
And then low to left. Oh, that's a cool pattern. So that's one of them as well.
This one's ugly.
What? It's a cool pattern. Hey guys, in my previous video, I mused about how awesome the tank actually looks from top down, and without killing the flow, it's kind of hard to enjoy the view. So I have been thinking about different ways of getting that top-down view, and I was looking around the house and I remember I got this guy right here, this full face snorkel that's relatively flat. So I actually dumped my phone in there and tried to take a peek around and see how it actually looks. Alright guys, messing around trying to find different container for the top-down view. What I'm using right now is actually my snorkel mask, the full face one. So, well, technically, it's not good for scuba diving. It's only good for like snorkeling. It's one of those that you kind of just wear cover in entire face, so you don't have to like put something in your mouth. I got it thinking that I'd go on vacation, but of course COVID and kids change all that. It's not working too well because as you can see, it's casting a lot of big shadows over things. For example, like the torch right here. And the next thing I want to try is one of those like chocolate case, those acrylic chocolate case. Some people are telling me that they use that and it works well. So we'll try that. And here's also one reason why I don't want to shut off the flow and just film from top, because you'll miss out on these awesome action, like this torch right here. Oh, by the way, check out these clams. Absolutely gorgeous. And again, they're kind of sticking out as I'm passing overhead. So this is kind of like a proof of concept that yes, top-down view looks amazing, and yes, I need to do a little bit more work in terms of finding a appropriate and affordable way to really enjoy the tank from top down. Fun times.
The next day.
So if we go by the API pH checker that I have laying around as a tiebreaker, and the kit is slightly expired, it's sitting at about, I'll say 8.2. maybe 8.2 creeping up on 8.4. I'll say 8.2, so that's a little bit closer to the Henna checkers or Henna handheld checkers range. So I definitely need to recalibrate the pH probe of the Alcatronic. All right, Reefers, that's been about a day and a half since the clams has gone into the system. I want to show you real quick. Right up top, we got Joseph's clam that's looking nice, big and happy, ready for his return from Hawaii. And then sliding to the left, nested among the zoas, we got two clams right there. We got that really nice blue clam that I bought from Live Cell, and also the beautiful rainbow that John threw in, and I think you can only really appreciate them from up top. The blue one I actually rotated prior to shooting the video, and that was my mistake. Totally should not have done it, so it's slightly pissed off right now. And moving backwards on the rock, we're a little bit higher on the rock. In the back is actually that nice clam up high right there. Here, the front side is probably the easier way to see it. Now, I'm not too sure of the placement of that clam yet. I feel like maybe the flow is a little bit high, but at least one side of mantle is fully sanded. The front side is being pushed back against the shell. So I may try him at a different spot that's a little bit more gentle flow, because the flow is provided by MP40 going this way. Here, if I come to the side of the tank, it's probably a better view. So that's MP40 pushing towards the side of the glass, and the clam is 12 left right there. So I'm gonna see if the flow is a little bit too rough there. We're gonna leave them there for a day or two to take a look. Weird, all the fish is kind of showing right near the center column. I think they're waiting for food or something like that. But as you can see, as the fish swim over the clams just kind of like retract a little bit. And I think like over time, the clam may get a little bit more desensitized, so they won't retract every single time a fish kind of swim right above it, like they do right now. Like I keep mentioning in this video, I feel like this top-down view is just something that maybe not a lot of reef keeper has really paid too much attention to up to this point. Most of us pretty much just look at the tank from front to back, or maybe from side to side if we feel a little inspired. But the top-down view, that's something else. And I think like the Low Boy Lagoon group of reefers, they may know something that we don't, or they're a little bit more enlightened than the rest of us. But I'm slowly catching on. I think I got a really interesting comment in terms of getting those coral view, affordable version of the coral viewers, is to use one of those chocolate acrylic box. So I think this coming week, I'm gonna swing by Costco to pick up a box of chocolate. We know what's gonna come in that box of chocolate, but what's more important is the box of chocolate. The actual box of the chocolate, we'll use that as a coral viewer to see if actually it works as well as some people claim. And that would be fantastic. It would be a really, really nice, affordable alternative to coral viewer. Man, look at the fish just kind of swinging on top of the clam. Clam just kind of freaking out. Hopefully they get used to it. Look at that, clam just kind of closing up as the fish swim past. But hopefully, like I mentioned, that they'll get used to it. It looks like Joseph's clam's handling all these fish a lot better than those two guys right there. And actually, you know what? I take that back. The rainbow ones, the one that's right here, seems to be handling it pretty well. It's opening decent. While the blue one, probably because of me keep tweaking it, is kind of pissed off. But seriously, this morning, that blue one is open quite a bit larger, and things are just looking fantastic. I was also talking to John a little bit, and he was giving me quite a few tips in terms of clam keeping. And he mentioned that pH, alkalinity all plays a factor in terms of how healthy the clam looks, and even how large they open up. So I thought that was really interesting. I think what I'll do for one of the future videos is to talk to John and see if he's willing to go on video and share some of his personal clam keeping tips that kind of help him keep like thousands and thousands of clams alive with the rest of us. Because shoot, man, I am not that experienced of clam, and these make me nervous, but these also make me really happy at the same time. And I'm sure a lot of you guys either keep clams, have kept clams, or plan to keep clams, and I'm sure everybody can use a little knowledge drop from Mr. John, Clam Mania here. But yeah, definitely check out his Instagram account, not just for the lifestyle, but also for a lot of care information in terms of clams. And it's been really interesting and eye-opening just chatting with him and just getting caught up on the best practices for keeping these amazing creatures alive and well. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like down there, and in the comments below, let me know if you would like me to get John onto one of the future videos to talk about clam care, whether it's Maxima Clams or some other clams, because this guy is obviously a super expert, or even guru level. I'll see you guys next Sunday at 12:30 p.m. sharp. Bye. now is the next morning, and let's take a look at the mushroom one more time. But before that, look at the Molly Miller blennies.